Give me my ammo. No. Give me my ammo. No. Yes, give it to me. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Junk Food Zombie channel. Sorry for my disheveled appearance. I came straight from the range to work and I'm in my work clothes. I'm down south. I work outdoors 10 hours or more a day. It's hot, it's August, it's sticky, is what it is. So if I don't look cool enough for you, sorry. Now that we've gotten that out of the way. This video is about your carry ammo and how often you should change it out. Now, I'm not really gonna tell you how often you should change it out, but what I'm gonna tell you is that I've heard a lot of arguments online from people, and this was partially prompted by a conversation I had with a friend the other day. I had bought new ammo. I posted a picture on my page on Facebook and said, hey, I got new ammo. You know, after 2 years, I should probably change out my other stuff. And he thought it was crazy that I was carrying the same ammo for 2 years. Like, it blew his mind. I was like, buddy, I've got ammo from 1942 and 1947 that I shoot, and it shoots just fine out of my guns. Oh, well, that's been stored. Well, I don't know where it's been stored. But wherever it's been stored for 75 years. It could have been Alaska, it could have been Florida, it could have been anywhere in between, but it's been there for 75 years. 3/4 of a century. I think a little everyday life for 2 years on my carry ammo won't affect it. However, you know, there are temperature changes. He did mention, you know, what about temperature variations? In the winter, summer, and jostling around it gets when you move. Well, okay. I don't jump around on trampolines or do gymnastics with my gun all day, every day. I kind of just everyday walking. But, you know, we'll take it into consideration. Temperature extremes. All right, well, this is a story with what this ammo has seen. This is HST 147 grain standard pressure loads that I've had for just shy of 2 years, about 22, 23 months. And there are certain places I go during the week, during the day, for roughly 10 hours a day, where I can't have my handgun on me. So it sits in the car for 10 hours a day. Here in Tennessee, during the winter, you don't see extreme temperatures, but temperatures do get into the teens and 20s and 30s for a good part of the summer. Good part of the winter. And for the summer, we get in the 90s, sometimes 100 degrees. But a good part of the summer, you're looking at high 80s to high 90s. In a car with closed windows, and I leave my windows closed because we do get random thunderstorms, and I can't get to my car in time to shut the windows, so instead of having a flood in my car, it stays hot. It easily reaches 110 to 120 degrees in my car on a daily basis for a couple months. So through 2 winters and 2 summers, you've seen some good temperature extremes. So it has seen a good amount of abuse as far as temperature extremes. So how does that affect the powder? How does my, you know, doing the cha-cha or whatever it is I do in my everyday activities, maybe dancing the Lindy, how does that affect my ammo? Like I said, I don't do gymnastics, but it has been on my hip for a couple of years, every day, walking, jogging, running, whatever. So what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to take some shots. I brought 30 rounds or so to the range with me, what I had in my gun and my other magazine. We're just going to shoot them. We're going to shoot at a target. We're going to see if I can still hit a paper plate with it at 7 yards. We're going to run it through a chronograph, check the velocities. Now through a 3.5-inch barrel, which is shooting it through this FNS9C. I believe the barrel is 3.5 inches, roughly 3.3 to 3.6 inches, something like that, roughly. Again, 147 grain, heavy for caliber, standard pressure load. So you're probably looking in 900, 950 feet per second range is what we should expect. So we'll throw it through the chronograph. We'll see how the velocities are, if they've dropped considerably, or or if they're really out of whack, if we get a great variation in velocities. And again, we're going to check for function, we're going to check for reliability. We'll shoot a couple full magazines. We'll shoot some, slower shots. We'll shoot some fast shots, rapid fire. Just see if it cycles, see if we have anything that feels weird. And then we'll see how it goes. So let's do it. All right. 10 shots through the chronograph. I believe this is a 3.5-inch barrel. They all functioned just fine. Let's check our data. Alright, I think 8 of them registered. 7 of them registered. 930, 953, 950, 957, 954, 962, 968. That's incredibly consistent for 2-year-old ammo that's been through some pretty good temperature extremes. Average, high of 968, low of 930. 930 was a bit out of the range that the rest of them were in, but not bad. An average of 953. Extreme spread of 38, standard deviation of 11. For old ammo, that's good, and the velocities we're looking at is about what you are supposed to get out of these 147 grain standard pressure loads out of a 3.5-inch barrel. Like I said, I believe it's 3.5 inch. So chronograph results are great. No issues there. Let me show you the ammo. HST 147 grain standard pressure loads. Let's see how she shoots. Okay, so we're going to take some shots at 7 yards with a 12-round magazine full. Going to check function, reliability. I'll show you what I have in the magazine is 147 grain HSTs. I don't know if you can see the line, the split. The split goes almost all the way down to the case mouth. The 147 grains are like that. The 124 grains go about halfway down, not as far. So you can see that this is 147 grain. I'm sorry if you can't see that well enough in the camera, but it is what it is. Look at the color discoloration, the differences between the color. This is obviously an old round that's been sitting on top of the magazine or in the chamber for a long time. I've got a couple of them because different rounds get chambered at different times. But just kind of showing you. For those of you who aren't subscribed, my subscribers know me. I don't BS you. I have no reason to. It doesn't do me any good. So we're going to take some shots here. Nothing in the gun. See what we can do. Make sure it functions. Primarily is what we're looking for is that it functions and I can hit a paper plate with it. Yep, I can hit a paper plate with it. I pulled a few shots, but wasn't aiming that carefully. Here we go. There you go. Yeah, I pulled more than a few, but there's 2 in here, there's 2 in here, so no problem hitting anything. Let's just throw some rapid fire shots through now. I'm gonna get the magazine loaded up. Again, nothing in the gun. We have our 147 grain rounds. You can see again there's some discoloration between the rounds. They're definitely not brand new rounds. So far 28 rounds, no issues, and very consistent velocities through the chronograph. So we're just going to dump these quick, see how it does under rapid fire, make sure we don't have any, hiccups or anything. No issues. Nothing felt weak. Sorry if I'm out of frame. Nothing felt weak or underpowered. Nothing felt odd. It all felt like good ammo. 147 grain standard pressure, 950 to 60 feet per second. No malfunctions. So let's wrap this up. Okay, guys, so let's wrap this up. Let me first say, what I'm not trying to say is that you should carry your ammo forever. You shouldn't change it out every 6 months. I'm not condemning people who do that. I have no problem with that. It's cheap insurance. You know your ammo is relatively new, and that makes you comfortable, and your ammo is more likely to be fine. That's great. However, my problem is with the people who I see attacking other people online saying, you're crazy for carrying your ammo for more than 6 months because all that movement and all the temperature extremes and sweat, etc. is gonna, bother it. Well, I'm in Tennessee in the summer. I'm from up north. I sweat a lot. I have never ever, in the worst circumstances, being outside for hours at a time in high 90-degree weather and super high humidity, have ever had my sweat manage to get into the gun and down into the magazine in the chamber to the ammunition. That's got to be a crazy condition. Is it possible? I guess so. Anything's possible, but it's highly unlikely that your ammo is bathing in your sweat. Your firearm might see a lot of your sweat. Wipe it off every day, clean it down, make sure it's oiled. But your ammunition is pretty safe from your perspiration. So again, I'm not telling you when you should change your ammo out. I'm not saying you should go 2 years. I'm just saying if you've had your ammo for a year and you're worried that your ammo's gone sour like a gallon of milk or something, you're all right. Get to the store when you can, buy your ammo. You should be fine. You're more likely to have problems with the quality of the ammo, with a manufacturer's defect, than you are to have an issue with good ammo going bad after a year of carrying it. So do what makes you comfortable. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their guns and their ammo so long as they're safe and responsible. So I hope this helped you guys out. I hope it kind of dispelled that little myth, and it's just an interesting concept. I figured I'd never seen anybody test this. Everybody talks and talks and talks, but nobody does. So let's do. And we did. And I had no problems. Everything functioned fine. Our velocities were excellent, right where they should be. Very consistent. I've done like 12 takes of this, so if I've repeated anything more than once or twice, forgive me. So anyway, guys, that's about it. Don't sweat it, no pun intended, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Freedom is everything. Because they're silly and they're bullies, and I'm rambling. I gotta go eat dinner, guys. I'm hungry.